Test. Is this thing on? Okay. And now, for those in attendance and those listening around the world, it is time for the O on God podcast with your host, Tovaun Anthony.
What's going on, everybody? Goodness gracious, me oh my, we're at MAGFest again, and I'm ready to ride. Welcome to another episode of the O on God podcast. I'm your host, Tovaun Anthony, and today I have an amazing guest. Oh man, I've been waiting for this one for a long time, and I mean a really long time. You guys want to talk about talented. You guys want to talk about a hard-ass worker. You guys want to talk about a guy that does it all.
Aw, shucks.
We got Kadesh Flow in the building, y'all.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Oh, man, dude, it's good to see you at MAGFest. Like, it's the cookout of all the conventions.
yeah, basically.
Yeah, man.
Basically.
You feeling good, though?
I feel great. Mm-hmm. I've actually gotten more rest at this MAGFest that I have probably at definitely at any other MAGFest, but at most other conventions. That's not saying a lot,
yeah.
but it's significant.
It's like, yeah, I got more rest. What, 1 hour? One extra? Oh, man. Nah, I mean, that's the truth, though. But shoot, you're getting ready to perform tonight?
Yeah, 9 p.m. main stage.
The NPC Collective, y'all doing y'all thing again?
Yep. A lot of the family, most of the family, we had some people who didn't come through that I really was looking forward to seeing, but we'll get that. We'll catch them. Yeah, but a bunch of us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's you, it's Rand, it's EyeQ, Shub, right?
Yeah, Shubzilla.
Yeah, she's in there.
Oh My, Creative Mind Frame, obviously K Murdoch. Mega Rand's, go do some things. It's gonna be a good time, and we are sharing a little bit of time with the Super Soul Bros because they're right before us, and there's gonna be a crossover situation happening. And I just love the energy and collaboration that happens. There's so much I've gotten from this spot. Like one of the coolest things about MAGFest to me, which I think is like an appeal for a lot of people, is that it's a community event, and it's a community event that's gotten so prominent that it's an industry event, but it still mostly maintains the identity of a community event. So a lot of really prominent people whose guards will be up at more pristine or polished conventions or festivals.
The corporate ones,
yeah, the more corporate situations have their guards down more here, and you end up. I guess a composer I really, really respect. It's not like I didn't know him before, but a composer I really, really respect is like literally just gave me his phone number. Sorry.
You all good.
Little remnant went down weird. But yeah, so it's cool. But we're going to rock out at 9 p.m.
Yeah, man. No, you're absolutely right, man. Like here, it's like one big family. It's like you kind of walk around, like so long as you're not a dickhead, like the boys know who's cool and who's not at the end of the day. But it's like every year I come here, I'm like, damn, dude, like, no wonder I get post-con depression. Like, because I know I ain't about to see y'all for a minute.
Yeah, it might be a while,
Yeah, man.
And I love the DC fam, I love, like you, Yusuf and Anton and all the people I've met. My roommate at MAGFest right now, my brother EyeQ has introduced me to a lot of DC people, aside from the people that I've met here on my own. There are people I'm not gonna have time to see on this visit, who are doing things on the Hill or like consultants out here or whatnot. But I love being in the DC area again too. It's really like invigorating from a creative energy standpoint for me being out here.
Yeah, you ever have any time to like, if you're ever here for a convention or in town, you ever had any time to like check out any of the restaurants or any specific sites while you're here?
Yeah, and I need to do a better job of making a list. Like, I was just telling Substantial that he was talking about food spots, and I was like, MAGFest, I think 2020, it might have been last year, but I think it was 2020. I Ubered out to some crab spot. It was like a bar and grill, but they had like all these crab product things, like crab cakes and like crab salad and stuff. Or? It was on the Virginia side.
Okay.
It was like a 10-minute Uber out.
Right,
and I don't remember what it was called, but it was awesome. And like I just need to do a better job of remembering like what those are. But MAGFest not so much because there's so much insulated within this space.
Yeah, within the area. Even though they took away like that row of restaurants right down below. So I'm just like, oh man, that's not a good idea. Because y'all have like these conventions going on, and it's like, what are people gonna eat?
Send people out. But like, I'm here for Otakon sometimes, and I get out a little bit more when I'm there. It's not quite as like, MAGFest has like 100 shows in 4 days or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's like you're trying to make everything you can, and I don't know, it's kind of strange. And then with Otakon now, because it's at the DC Convention Center, I haven't been since it left Baltimore, so. Man, it's just like a different feeling for me. And now that I live in Baltimore, I'm like, it ain't up here no more. Like, man, I would have been able to run to it.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, it's worth going. We got some people in the family who are making decisions that are very dope and whatnot.
Oh man.
But yeah,
what have you gotten into non-musically so far here at the convention or festival? You can't say MagCon, you can't say Mag Convention. They'll say, no, it's MagFest, it's a festival. They'll beat you up.
I haven't done much because I've been working on my own things. Aside from catch up with people, like the people are more important. And at this point, like when I first started coming here, I was really trying to network and get opportunities. When I first started coming to MagFest, I was still working in corporate America and wanting to live the life that I'm living now. And now I'm living the life that I wanted to live. Now I'm just trying to make more money living the life that I'm living my dream already. I just want to make more money doing it. So these sort of things, it's like, right now, something like MAGFest is really, because it's become like a family reunion thing, it's like, let me just spend the time with the people I can spend the time with, get work done. That's part of why it's been more restful too. Because it's not as much about trying to make something happen as it is as much trying to make sure that you reconnect with people you haven't seen in a while. But I did go to the this composer panel, and I haven't told any of the composers this except for one that I know, that like I'm scoring a feature length film right now, and I'm wrapping it up. It's picture locked, and we're just making final tweaks, and it's the first time I've done anything on that scale. And so I'm trying to hold in on that world because I wasn't really trying to necessarily be in it. It just kind of happened. And now I'm like, well, hell, like I'm here now. I might as well look at what the video game situation looks like and see if I can build and how I can grow in that. So I'm just listening to people.
Dude, I think that would be awesome. Like if it was a video game that was scored out by you.
Man,
that'd be different.
I would absolutely, it's just something I always would have loved to do, but I never thought that was ever in the cards for me. And now I'm like, oh yeah, well we're here. Like I said, we're here now. That would be dope. I met, I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but Chase Bethia, and he's scored a few prominent games and won some awards and whatnot. And we met because of. Because I was trying to find Substantial, and Substantial was running with Mason Lieberman, who's basically a legend at this point. And Chase was there, and I think I met his girlfriend first, and then I ran into both of them at the green room. We were talking, and I was like, yeah, I'm learning that a lot of these video game composers make really dope hip hop beats too, like. Mason makes some dope beats. T-Lopes makes some really fire.
Oh, man,
T-Lopes is so phenomenal.
That boy different, man.
And I was like, yeah, I was just really fascinated by that because I wouldn't have. It's just not something. And Ryako, the homie, like Ryako, we won a competition together with her making beats, and now she has scored her first game. And
congrats to her.
Chase was like, yeah, that's funny she say that because like I literally was a rapper. But it was like 20 years ago, and nerdcore wasn't like this prominent thing now. Yeah. It was just like new. And then he was like, I just wanted to flip video game samples and rap over them, and then doing that like backdoored me into composing for video games. And I was just like, I'll just do this. And it blew my mind, man. So like I guess that's a bit of a ramble, but like that's really what this MAGFest has been for me. It's been like this really unintentional discovery process. As far as that world goes, and I got some things to think about I think.
Hey, look, it don't matter how you get to a certain point, as long as you get there. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what life is. It's going to be filled with twists and turns, and then sometimes you just wake up and you're like, how in the world did I end up on this project? But you're doing it.
Yeah,
But
that's
you're doing it.
this film I'm working on. It was like that. Like I'm like, yo, this is crazy. You know, and you never know what's gonna happen with people. I'm really learning. Actually, one of the things, and I was, like I said, he's my roommate at MAGFest, but I got to shout out EyeQ in the regard of how he addresses people, because I came out of corporate. And I'm naturally a work the room person, but
Yeah.
Q is a sit down with one person for an hour, 2 hours.
Long time. He'll talk to you.
You know, and I used to not understand that, but I really, like, the older I get and the more we like learn how we both work, like I really am the value of really just like valuing a person for them, you know, if you rock with them and not necessarily trying to make a connect or whatever has really actually been more of the thing than everything that I learned in business school about networking or whatever. Like the film I'm scoring is literally a friend in college who I basically bullied into a international film internship. When we were in college together, I bullied him basically into going, and he went.
You gonna do this internship?
And he got placed with a child company of a really prominent director producer, who then offered him a job and let it stand for 2 years until he graduated.
See, there's some good bullying.
There's some good things.
Get your ass and be successful.
And like 8 or 9 years later, he's like, "Hey, I'm executive producing this film, and I convinced the director to listen to your music, and they want you to score it."
See, that's how that goes.
And we're kicking it.
Hey,
we
look,
kicked it.
That's exactly how it goes. I got a couple things going on right now that's kind of the same thing, where I just hung with guys for a good amount of time. And then now they're working on films, and guys are calling me for acting roles. I'm like, I can't act. Like one in particular, like he hit me up. He was like, "Listen, I got this role that I would really like you to fill. You know, a friend of yours hit me up and said you'd probably be good for this." I'm like, "What?" I look at it. It's like a real angry dude, right? And I'm like, "Okay, I get it. I yell at people on the internet, but it's like, all right, whatever. If you go put me in there, put me in there.
Yeah,
I got you." I'm like, I never thought I was gonna be no actor.
Snatch the bag and see where it goes. Like, hi ho.
It's off to work we go. I'm like, do I get to break stuff? Yeah, all right, I can get in character.
That's dope though. That's dope.
Crazy, but yeah, you never know. You never know how the connections. Once you make them, you never know where they're gonna take you. You never know how like your influence on somebody or their influence on you is going to impact like for a long time. And yeah, man, it's great. It's amazing. Shoot. Is there anything else like you're looking forward to here, like while you're here at the convention? When you're heading out?
Head out Monday. I'm actually not
sure.
Yeah,
you're doing the whole weekend.
Yeah. I learned a few years ago that flying out Sunday is not desirable if I can help it. The Saturdays are always too crazy. And then you never know. There's a value too with like getting to know the staff at a convention you play if you can, and like, seeing if you can kick it with them, because you don't know who's doing it, what, and like that's a good rapport building thing, which you really can connect with people. But also just like really enjoying the experience. Like I used to rush out when I still was, when I still had like a 9 to 5. And now it's like, there's no reason for me to do that until the demand on my life is such that I have to fly to another festival or convention or something like that.
Which you have a thing about doing.
Yeah, that's
You'll
fair.
show up to one and then you'll fly out to another, make your way back, some other stuff. Shoot, even when I had Grayson on the podcast, he was like, "Man, that boy be working hard." I met him at one point and he flew out the next day to go somewhere else. I'm like, yo.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that sound like him.
Yeah. That happened last year here, and that was crazy. That was that was a lot.
Hey,
But
that comes with the life, man.
Yeah, it's cool, and I wanted to come back and finish the weekend here. I probably could have just went home, but I didn't want to cut the weekend off, especially after how that was like last year was a really culminating, really validating moment for me. So But yeah. As far as things I'm looking forward to, just the set tonight, I'm really excited about. And then I'm excited to not be thinking about what I'm performing anymore, so I can just hang out. You know.
Look. Yeah, no, that's a good thing. Another question, real quick. Only because I'm one too. And every time I see you, your nails are painted.
Hey, yeah.
I'm like, all right, I'm not alone.
Yeah, I noticed on some of the videos. I'm like,
shit
yeah.
half the time now because I'll be punching stuff, you know.
Yeah, so actually, funny story about that. So my nail painting journey is actually a MAGFest story.
Oh, bring it. We got to hear this. Hear this.
It was, again, not leaving on Sunday thing. Sunday night, I'm up with Q, drinking with some of the guest relations people, and we play Cards Against Humanity, and then I go down to the staff party. I end up getting drunk with the head of music here, and she painted my nails. and like,
give me your hands.
There was like a nail painting party that happened somehow, some kind of way, and I woke up the next morning. I was like, how did my nails get painted? And I looked on Instagram and I documented the whole story or whatever. It was one of those nights.
Oh, man.
But I really dug it. And then I went home and got some attention from my nails being painted that worked out the way that I appreciated it. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. So it was shallow initially, but then it turned into a self-care thing. And then I power lift and stuff, and I paint my nails and they'd be chipped in like 2-3 days or whatever. So a few of the women in my life were like, just go get gels.
There you go.
And I went, it was actually a reconnection point with one of my exes who's a good friend now. We got our nails done together and caught up. And I really like. And then they were like massaging my hands and stuff. And I was like, "This is what y'all get on a regular basis. Like, more men need to do this just for the decompression mechanism. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes. No, like seriously, like one of my best friends when we were in high school, I didn't know he would go and get pedicures often, right? And then one day after school, we hanging out. He's like, "Yeah, I'm going to the nail salon." I'm like, "For what?" He's like, "Get my feet worked on." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Nah, come with. Nah, you need to do this. You ain't never done this with me before." I'm like, "Okay." We both sitting down, nails done, feet up. I'm like, "Yo, this is amazing. No wonder my mother likes this place."
That's a whole thing.
Good.
And it's nice.
It's necessary.
I think it's nice. I kind of enjoy being like this, swole looking guy, and I'll be in the gym like putting up a lot of weight. Folks are looking at me. I can see the mental process of people looking at me like, oh, this dude is pretty strong, and then my nails are all colorful.
Uh-huh.
Now they're like, and then like there's this little head kind like, oh, this is what?
Dude, I used to go to the fight gym with like eyeliner on and like sparkly fingernails. It would tear people up, man. It would tear people up. But at the same time, like most of the guys like that I was sparring with that knew me though, they'd be like, first of all, this is terrifying. Like, you coming up in here look like a Tekken character and you throwing head kicks. I'm like, yeah, this is how it goes. It's hilarious, but everybody else just confused.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
What? Like, yeah, that's what we do. Or at least what I do.
Gotta do it.
No. Hey, no, that's a cool story, though. Like, it starts off at MAGFest.
Yeah.
You was drunk. Damn. First of all, if I'd have ever woke up like, what? I would have thought I did some heinous stuff.
I did. I was shook. I was like, what else did I do?
For the love of God. Do I have to explain anything to anybody? Do I have to pray? Something. I don't know. Something, man. But shoot. But yeah, no, let me see what time it is. I know you probably got to decompress a little bit before the show.
Yeah.
I don't want to hold you up too long. But if there's anything else you would want to say, anything you got coming up or anything, anybody you want to shout out, floor is yours, brother.
Oh, yeah, just at Kadesh Flow for all the things. That's at KAD as a dog, ESHFLOW. I've got a lot of music coming out all the time, so hit me on your favorite streaming platform or on Bandcamp. I'm printing merch. I just printed up some new merch. Hit up kadeshflow.com or kadeshflow.bandcamp.com. and grab some threads from me. Otherwise, just keep a lookout. There's a lot happening.
Awesome, brother. Thank you so much for being on.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And I hope you enjoy the rest of MAGFest.
Likewise.
And blessings to you always.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, brother. Thank you. See you guys next time. All right, fam. Thanks once again for tuning into another episode of the On God podcast. Big shout out to Kadesh Flow. Make sure you follow him on social media. Till next time, I'm your host, Tovaun Anthony, and I wish you nothing but health, safety, peace, love, and blessings.